So now that we've got our aluminum tracks installed, we're ready to start putting our panels in. Remember, we pre-assembled them already. So we're going to actually start with panels number 1 and 2. So everything still goes from left to right, panel 1, 2, 3, and 4. We chose a 4-panel application called a 2L, 2R. That means we have 2 panels combined together as one door on this section of glass, 2 panels combined as one door on this section of glass. So let's take a look at which ones we have here. Looks like I've got them a little bit backwards, but we'll move 1 and 2 into position, and then 3 and 4 into position. I highly recommend for this part of the installation, if you're by yourself, that you find a step ladder. Because now we're going to bring 2 panels together up and try to get 4 carriers attached at the same time. It's not an easy proposition. So let's get all our carriers down kind of in a position where they're supposed to be. Let's make sure that all of our carriers are unlocked. So our carrier plates all need to be pushed to the right-hand side. And from here, I'm going to try to get this into a position where it's going to be on the door.
All bypass track system panels include the soft close bypass track actuator pre-installed on top of the panels. And the trigger block is attached to the header as required for the ordered panel configuration.
And we're going to try to align these carriers up as good as possible with the plates that are on top of the doors. And from here, I'm going to open the louvers and hopefully get a little bit closer here. And hopefully I'm going to be able to lift up on the divider rail, and that's going to help me get a little bit of leverage that I need to lock these into place. So we'll start with 1. So we've got 1 locked into place over here on the far left. We're going to kind of keep moving this way. Remember, now that we've glued these style caps on, they can't come apart anymore. So now let's see if we can get a couple more. So far we've got 3 of them locked into place. Let's see if we can get this last one. There we go. Once we get them all in place, let's go ahead and push all these gates closed. All right. And so far we've got panels 1 and panel 2 on the front track because these are going to be moving the most. And this is how we're going to get outside, get out of our slider to get outside. So let's see how successful we are with panels 3 and 4. So let's try to lift this up after we unlock the gate. All right, so we've got 1 in and it's secured. There's 1. Swing it over into the front. Move that one in. Only 1 more to go. All right, so it's not the easiest thing to do by yourself, but if you're really in a jam and you need to get both panels up on your own, you can definitely do it. All right, so now that we've got all of our panels installed, it's time to take a look at a couple of things we want to make some adjustments on. The very first thing that we want to make an adjustment on is we want to take a look at where our panels overlap each other. It's not uncommon for shutters when they hang on a track like this to kind of overlap each other unevenly. What we want to do is go ahead and straighten that out. If you take a look at our system right here, we actually have a little bit wider gap up at the top than we do at the bottom. So what it indicates is that one of our doors needs to move over this way, or the other one needs to move over this way. Either way, we need to make some adjustments to our carriers to make sure that we have a nice even line in between our doors. My frame hits a little bit up top, but it doesn't hit down at the bottom, so it might actually benefit me to really concentrate my efforts on this door in the front and actually move it a little bit. So that's what we're going to try first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here with my wrench, and this is the wrench that comes with all of your hardware. It comes separately, actually. We're going to take this wrench and we're going to start to move and turn and adjust the heights of these carriers. So what I'd like to do first is go ahead and lower this carrier. I want the panel to drop a little bit. So let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll drop that 6 turns. Then we're going to come over here and drop this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're doing is kind of trying to even this out as we go. We don't want to just use one without also adjusting the others. So we'll go 1 and 2. So we've gone 6, 4, and 2. And maybe we'll kind of leave this one alone. Maybe drop it 1 turn or so. Now let's take a look at our gap. It's helped our gap a little bit. It hasn't helped all the way, but it certainly helped a little bit. So let's move over to our other side. And now we're going to start moving this door so that it moves slightly this way as well. We're going to do that by dropping this side and raising this side up. So again, we'll come in here and we'll turn this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Does one way send it up and one way sends it down?
So 1. And now let's take a look at our panels in the center. They're starting to get a little bit better.